Imagine waking up each morning to the sound of a heavy storm battering the world around you. The winds howl, the rain pours, and the chaos seems endless. Yet, as you step outside, instead of feeling overwhelmed, you find an inner calm. You smile, knowing that just as the storm will eventually pass, so too will life's challenges. This inner peace doesn't come from controlling the storm, but from mastering your own reactions to it. This is the essence of Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches us how to transform obstacles into opportunities for growth. Picture yourself fully in control of your responses, turning setbacks into stepping stones, and finding profound peace amid life's chaos. This isn't some wishful dream. It's a timeless philosophy that has guided great minds for centuries. Stoicism, born from the turbulent streets of ancient Greece and Rome, was designed not just for philosophers, but for anyone seeking a life of purpose and fulfillment. Think of Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor writing his meditations amidst the tumult of military campaigns, finding wisdom and strength in this philosophy. Stoicism, then and now, offers a roadmap for navigating life's challenges with virtue and clarity. In this video, we will explore 15 powerful Stoic principles that will empower you to focus on yourself, harness your potential, and unlock true personal growth. 1. Ataraxia, cultivating inner peace. Ataraxia, or inner tranquility, is the cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, emphasizing the importance of remaining unshaken by external circumstances. This state of calm is achieved not by controlling the world around us, but by mastering our internal reactions to it. As Epictetus wisely observed, it is not things that disturb us, but our opinions about them. This principle invites us to reflect on our perceptions and reshape them to align with reason and acceptance. In ancient Greece, a woman named Helena faced a devastating loss when political turmoil stripped her family of its wealth and status. Initially overcome with despair, Helena felt as if her life's foundation had crumbled. But after encountering the teachings of Stoicism, she began to practice ataraxia. She recognized that her anguish stemmed not from her loss itself, but from her attachment to material wealth and societal approval. Determined to shift her focus inward, Helena started cultivating virtues that no external force could take away. She practiced kindness, expressing genuine compassion toward others despite her hardships. She embraced gratitude, appreciating the small blessings that remained in her life. She built resilience, learning to endure challenges without bitterness or regret. Over time, Helena's serenity in the face of adversity earned her the admiration of her community. People marveled at her strength, not because she avoided misfortune, but because she transformed her suffering into an opportunity for growth. By living in harmony with her values, she discovered a deeper sense of purpose, proving that true wealth lies in character, not possessions. Ataraxia teaches us the liberating power of acceptance. By letting go of rigid expectations and embracing reality as it unfolds, we release ourselves from unnecessary worry and achieve clarity of mind. This clarity allows us to act with wisdom, focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, choices, and attitudes, while relinquishing what we cannot. Inner peace is not the absence of struggle, but the presence of balance amidst it. 2. Amor Fati, love your fate. Amor Fati is a Latin phrase that translates to love your fate. It encourages us to accept everything life throws at us, both the good and the bad, as essential parts of our journey. The idea is not simply to tolerate difficulties, but to embrace them as necessary for our growth and development. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, expressed this beautifully when he wrote, "Accept whatever comes woven into the pattern of your destiny, for what could be more fitting?" This reminds us that nothing happens by chance, and every experience, whether joyful or painful, serves a purpose in shaping who we are. Take the story of a modern entrepreneur, Alex, who invests everything into his startup, only to see it fail due to an unexpected economic downturn. Initially, Alex is devastated, overwhelmed by the sense of loss and failure. However, instead of giving in to despair, he decides to practice Amor Fati. choosing to view the setback not as an end but as an opportunity to learn and grow. By reflecting on the experience, he gains valuable insights into the importance of adaptability, resilience, and humility. This shift in perspective allows him to rebuild, creating a new business that prioritizes sustainability and ethical practices. The failure that once seemed like a tragic end becomes the foundation for his future success. Amor Fati teaches us that every experience, even adversity, carries value and contributes to our growth. By embracing life as it is, without resistance or regret, we open ourselves to wisdom and strength. Through this mindset, we become more resilient, more capable of handling life's challenges, and more connected to the flow of our journey. 3. Proc. Mindfulness in action. Proc, or mindfulness, is the practice of being fully engaged in the present moment and focusing on what is within your control. In a world filled with distractions and external forces that are often beyond our influence, mindfulness serves as a powerful tool for maintaining mental clarity and emotional stability. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, reminds us of this mindset when he says, "Do not demand that things happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do, and you will go on well." This quote captures the essence of mindfulness, accepting the flow of events as they unfold, without resistance, and focusing our energy on our reactions and decisions. Consider the example of Matteo, a soldier stationed in a war-torn region. Amid the chaos and danger of war, he discovers that his ability to remain calm and focused on what he can control becomes his greatest strength. Rather than being consumed by fear or frustration over the unpredictable elements of battle, Matteo centers himself on what lies within his control, his strategic planning, his actions, and his leadership. By grounding himself in the present moment and making decisions based on his values and training, he successfully navigates the challenges of war and helps his team find safety. This story demonstrates the transformative power of mindfulness, especially in high-pressure situations. When we are able to detach from the chaos around us and focus on what we can influence, we are empowered to take clear, deliberate actions that contribute to positive outcomes. Embracing the present moment and honing our attention on the things we can control allows us to act with intention and purpose, reducing stress and increasing our effectiveness in both ordinary and extraordinary circumstances. By practicing mindfulness, we can navigate life's challenges with resilience and clarity, making each decision count toward a meaningful outcome. 4. Eudaimonia, the good life. Eudaimonia, often translated as the good life, is a concept that emphasizes living in accordance with virtue and purpose. It goes beyond fleeting pleasures or material gain, focusing instead on achieving a life that is fulfilling and meaningful. The ancient philosophers, particularly Aristotle, viewed eudaimonia as the ultimate goal of human life. For Aristotle, it wasn't simply about achieving happiness or pleasure, but about living a life of excellence, striving to be the best version of oneself. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, offers a powerful perspective on this idea. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. This statement challenges the conventional understanding of wealth and poverty. In Seneca's view, the craving for more, whether it be wealth, power, or status, leads to dissatisfaction and misery. True richness comes from contentment, from recognizing that the pursuit of excess can never bring lasting happiness. Rather, contentment is found in the cultivation of virtue and the alignment of one's actions with what is good and meaningful. Consider the story of Maria, a teacher who dedicates her life to educating underprivileged children. Despite the limited resources available to her, she finds immense fulfillment in her work. She pours her heart into her teaching, not for fame or material rewards, but because she believes deeply in the power of education to change lives. For Maria, teaching is more than just a job. It is her purpose, her commitment to her students, to the ideals of education, and to making a positive difference in the world gives her a sense of happiness that surpasses anything material wealth could offer. Maria's life exemplifies the essence of eudaimonia. Her joy comes not from external circumstances, but from the alignment of her actions with her values. This sense of purpose, and the pursuit of virtue over transient pleasures, brings a deeper form of happiness. True fulfillment arises when we live intentionally, with a clear sense of purpose, and when we prioritize what truly matters, contributing to the well-being of others, pursuing personal growth, and living with integrity. The takeaway from this is clear. Happiness is not something that can be obtained through external rewards or possessions. It is a result of living a life aligned with one's values, striving for virtue, and embracing purpose. In this way, eudaimonia offers a profound blueprint for living well, reminding us that true wealth lies not in what we have, but in who we are and how we live. 5. Memento mori, remember death. Reflecting on mortality, often referred to as memento mori, serves as a powerful reminder of life's fleeting nature. It calls us to live not only fully but with intention and mindfulness, making the most of the time we have. The concept invites us to confront the reality that our time on earth is limited, urging us to prioritize what truly matters. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what is left and live it properly." This profound insight reminds us that, once the inevitable end is accepted, we can focus on making the most of our remaining moments. The idea of embracing death as a motivator for living well can transform our perspective on life. It shifts our focus away from distractions and trivial concerns, allowing us to direct our energy towards creating meaning and value in our lives. The recognition that every moment is precious encourages us to invest in our relationships, pursue our passions, and cultivate gratitude for the present moment. For instance, Clara, a young artist who survived a near-fatal accident, experienced a profound shift in her outlook on life. Before the accident, she had been preoccupied with doubts and distractions, unsure of the impact she could make in the world. But after narrowly escaping death, Clara's perspective changed dramatically. With a newfound sense of purpose, she dedicated herself to her craft, realizing that life is too short to waste on hesitation or regret. She became more present with her loved ones, savoring the simple joys and intimate moments that had once passed by unnoticed. Through her art, Clara found a deeper connection to the world around her, channeling her energy into creating something meaningful. Clara's story demonstrates how confronting mortality can be a catalyst for living more intentionally. Her transformation serves as a reminder that life's brevity can be both humbling and inspiring. By recognizing that every day could be our last, we are empowered to make the most of our time, to invest it in what truly matters, and to pursue a life of purpose and fulfillment. Ultimately, embracing the concept of memento mori teaches us that the awareness of death is not something to fear, but rather something to embrace as a guide for living with greater focus, appreciation, and clarity. It reminds us that time is our most valuable resource, and how we choose to spend it defines the quality of our lives. 6. Enkatia, mastering self-control. Enkatia, or self-discipline, lies at the heart of Stoic philosophy, serving as a powerful force that enables individuals to resist destructive impulses and remain aligned with their values. In Stoicism, self-discipline is seen as a tool for personal mastery, where one's internal state governs actions rather than being led by fleeting emotions or external circumstances. This discipline fosters a deep sense of inner freedom, not because we fulfill every desire, but because we are able to control them and act according to reason rather than impulse. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, succinctly captures this idea by stating, "Freedom is not procured by the full enjoyment of what is desired, but by controlling desire." In this sense, freedom is not the absence of restrictions, but the ability to govern one's desires and actions. By mastering the art of self-control, we become free from the sway of temporary passions and external influences, choosing instead to follow a path that aligns with our higher purpose. A powerful example of self-discipline in action can be found in the story of Jordan, an athlete determined to reach the peak of his career. Despite the allure of quick pleasures like indulgent food, late nights, and distractions, Jordan prioritizes his training regimen and mental fortitude, his ability to resist these temptations, instead focusing on a disciplined lifestyle, leads him not only to victory in a championship, but also to a deeper sense of personal achievement. The satisfaction of knowing he has remained true to his commitment and values elevates his success beyond mere accolades. It becomes a manifestation of his integrity and resilience. This story serves as a reminder that true freedom and fulfillment come not from indulging in every whim, but from the practice of self-control. By mastering this discipline, we are not only able to achieve our goals, but also to live with greater integrity, consistently making choices that reflect our true values and aspirations. Self-control is not just about resisting temptation. It's about aligning our actions with our deeper sense of purpose and living with intention. Through this, we cultivate a freedom that is grounded in strength, virtue, and consistency. 7. Affiliation, connection to community. The Stoics recognized the profound importance of connection to a larger community, viewing it as essential for individual flourishing. They understood that human beings are inherently social creatures, bound together by shared values, experiences, and the collective pursuit of virtue. This concept of affiliation was integral to Stoic thought, emphasizing that our personal well-being is intertwined with the welfare of others. The Stoics believed that our actions should reflect a deep sense of responsibility to contribute to the greater good, recognizing that the world operates as an interconnected web of relationships. In times of crisis, the value of community becomes even more apparent. Natural disasters, economic hardships, or social unrest often reveal the strength of collective action. Communities have the unique ability to come together, pooling their resources and efforts to support those in need, demonstrating the resilience of human solidarity. This communal bond is a reflection of the Stoic ideal that the well-being of an individual cannot be separated from the well-being of the whole. Just as the Stoics believed in fostering inner peace through virtue, they also advocated for extending that peace outward, engaging in acts of kindness and service to others. Heracles, a Stoic philosopher, proposed a powerful model known as the concentric circles to illustrate this idea. According to Heracles, our circle of concern begins with ourselves, then expands to include our family, friends, local community, and eventually all of humanity. The further out we go, the more abstract our connection may seem, but the Stoic perspective remains clear. We are responsible for the welfare of all. Each circle represents an opportunity to act with compassion, fairness, and justice, ensuring that our actions contribute positively to the greater good. A vivid example of this Stoic idea in action can be seen during a natural disaster. Imagine a community leader named Olivia, who, in the face of an overwhelming crisis, takes the initiative to organize relief efforts. She gathers volunteers, coordinates donations, and creates a network of support for those affected. Through her leadership, Olivia not only provides immediate aid, but also fosters a renewed sense of unity and trust within the community. Her actions reflect a deep understanding of the Stoic principle that personal responsibility extends beyond one's immediate circle to encompass the well-being of others. In this example, Olivia's leadership is rooted in a Stoic understanding of affiliation, as she recognizes that the strength of the community relies on each individual's willingness to contribute to the collective good. The community, through its collective effort, demonstrates the power of shared humanity and the importance of building meaningful connections. In times of adversity, these connections become the foundation upon which resilience is built. The takeaway from this Stoic perspective is clear. Building meaningful relationships and fostering a sense of community not only enriches the lives of those around us, but also enhances our own lives. By recognizing the interconnectedness of all people, we create a network of support that strengthens our capacity to face challenges and grow together. Whether through small acts of kindness or larger collective efforts, our contributions to the well-being of others are the true measure of our strength and character. 8. Philanthropia, love for humanity. Philanthropia, or love for humanity, is rooted in the idea that human beings should actively seek opportunities to improve the lives of others. It encourages individuals to transcend their self-interest and recognize the inherent value of compassion and generosity. The essence of this concept is captured in the belief that acts of kindness, no matter how small, have the power to create profound change. Seneca's insight that wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness, or is this idea that kindness is not limited to grand gestures, but is available in every interaction, every moment, and every relationship. A simple yet powerful example of this can be seen in an act as small as buying groceries for someone in need. In a busy urban setting, a person struggling with financial difficulties might receive this gesture as a lifeline, and the ripple effect of this small act can be felt throughout the community. The person who receives the groceries may feel uplifted and inspired to extend kindness to someone else, creating a chain of goodwill that spreads far beyond the original act. In this way, kindness is not just a personal virtue but a communal force that shapes the collective spirit of a society. The beauty of philanthropy lies not only in its ability to help others, but in its transformative impact on the giver as well. When we practice kindness, we tap into a deeper sense of connection and purpose, which in turn enhances our own sense of well-being. The act of helping others strengthens social bonds, cultivates empathy, and fosters a sense of shared humanity, all of which contribute to the greater good. Even the smallest gestures, holding the door open, offering a smile, listening attentively, can create a ripple effect that reaches far beyond the immediate moment. Ultimately, the takeaway from philanthropy is clear. Even the smallest acts of kindness can transform lives, both those we help and ourselves. The more we practice generosity, the more we nurture a culture of care and mutual respect, where human connection flourishes and the world becomes a better place for all. 9. Moderation, seeking balance. Moderation plays a vital role in maintaining harmony and peace in our lives. It is the art of steering away from extremes, understanding that true fulfillment comes from embracing balance. This idea, central to Stoic philosophy, suggests that one should seek neither excessive wealth nor deprivation, but rather a balanced approach that aligns with inner values. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, offers a profound perspective on this principle. He asserts, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This statement highlights the Stoic belief that contentment doesn't arise from material abundance, but from reducing desires and appreciating the simple things in life. By focusing on the essentials and cultivating gratitude, one can find peace and fulfillment without being burdened by the constant chase for more. Consider the example of Sophia, a successful executive who has built a prosperous career. Despite her accomplishments, she begins to feel the weight of her success. The endless hours at work and the accumulation of material possessions start to feel less meaningful. In a moment of reflection, Sophia decides to simplify her life. She begins to prioritize her family, dedicating more time to relationships, experiences, and personal growth rather than accumulating more things. This shift towards moderation brings her a profound sense of clarity and peace. By letting go of the pursuit of excessive wealth and possessions, she uncovers a deeper satisfaction, realizing that her true wealth lies in the quality of her relationships and her sense of contentment. Through her story, we see that moderation leads to a more sustainable form of happiness, one that is not tied to external circumstances but rooted in internal balance. It is through this pursuit of balance that we begin to experience the true richness of life, a richness that is not defined by material success, but by the quality of our thoughts, actions, and connections with others. Incorporating moderation into daily life requires us to evaluate our desires and choices, questioning whether they are driven by genuine needs or societal pressures. It encourages us to focus on what truly matters and let go of what is unnecessary. By doing so, we create space for what brings real joy, connection, growth, and a sense of purpose. This balanced approach ensures that happiness is not fleeting but sustainable, rooted in clarity and a deeper understanding of what it means to live a meaningful life. 10. Control dichotomy, focusing on what you can control. The The Stoics emphasize the importance of recognizing the difference between what we can control and what is beyond our influence. According to Stoic philosophy, true peace and contentment stem from focusing only on what is within our ability to influence, while letting go of the need to control the uncontrollable. This concept encourages personal empowerment, as it redirects our energy away from external circumstances that may cause stress and frustration. Epictetus, one of the most prominent Stoic philosophers, wisely counseled, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." This simple but profound statement reminds us to take responsibility for our own actions, thoughts, and reactions, while accepting that some things are outside of our reach. The practice of focusing solely on what we can control allows us to cultivate inner peace, as we are not constantly battling against forces that are beyond our grasp. Consider the example of a student preparing for an important exam, rather than becoming anxious about factors beyond her control, such as the difficulty of the exam, the mood of the examiner, or the actions of her competitors. She focuses on what she can influence: her study habits, time management, and effort. By dedicating herself fully to these controllable aspects, she is able to reduce her anxiety and perform better. In this way, her energy is spent on the tasks that will directly impact her outcome, rather than on unproductive worry. The takeaway from this Stoic principle is that when we focus on the aspects of our lives that we can control, our responses, our actions, and our attitude, we create a sense of confidence and peace of mind. Instead of being at the mercy of unpredictable events, we empower ourselves by channeling our energy into meaningful actions. This not only reduces stress, but also fosters personal growth and a deeper sense of fulfillment. 11. Premeditatio malorum, preparing for challenges. Premeditatio malorum, or the practice of foreseeing challenges, is an essential component of Stoic philosophy, encouraging individuals to mentally prepare for potential obstacles in life. By imagining worst-case scenarios, we can reduce the shock and stress when they occur, allowing us to maintain a clear mind and act decisively. This mental exercise helps cultivate a mindset that embraces adversity rather than fearing it, fostering resilience and strength in the face of hardship. Seneca, one of the prominent Stoic philosophers, advises us to rehearse the most difficult situations we might face in life. He suggests that we should mentally confront the possibility of exile, torture, war, or shipwreck. In doing so, we train ourselves to be less distressed when such challenges arise in reality. By accepting that hardship is part of life, we equip ourselves with the emotional tools necessary to handle it when it comes. Consider the example of a mountaineer preparing for an expedition in a treacherous mountain range. While she hopes for calm, clear weather, she doesn't assume that everything will go according to plan. Instead, she mentally runs through all the potential challenges she might face during the climb. She envisions storms that could force her to turn back, injuries that could slow her progress, or equipment failures that might put her at risk. She takes proactive steps to prepare for these scenarios, packing extra supplies, researching alternative routes, and ensuring that she is physically prepared for the toughest conditions. When the weather unexpectedly turns during her climb, she is ready. The storm strikes with full force, but thanks to her mental preparation and planning, she remains calm and quickly adapts to the situation. The equipment she brought to withstand harsh conditions proves invaluable, and her physical conditioning allows her to safely navigate the more difficult sections of the mountain. Had she not rehearsed the potential dangers in her mind, the storm might have caught her off guard, and her chances of surviving it would have been much slimmer. This process of mental rehearsal is not just about expecting the worst. It's about empowering ourselves to handle life's inevitable setbacks. It allows us to face challenges with clarity and focus, minimizing the emotional toll they might take on us. By anticipating obstacles in advance, we learn to respond with patience, calm, and resourcefulness, all qualities that build resilience. By incorporating premeditatio malorum into our daily lives, we can shift our perspective on difficulties. Instead of viewing them as something to avoid, we start to see them as opportunities for growth and learning. Every challenge becomes a test of our inner strength and preparation. And with the right mindset, we can emerge from them stronger and more capable. In essence, Premeditatio Malorum teaches us that the key to handling life's difficulties lies not in avoiding them, but in preparing for them with a clear, calm, and resilient mind. Through this practice, we not only safeguard ourselves from the shock of the unexpected, but we also strengthen our ability to thrive in adversity. 12. Universal connection, recognizing our place in the cosmos. The Stoics emphasize the concept of interconnectedness, which suggests that everything in the universe is part of a greater, intricate system. They believed that our individual actions are not isolated, but are tied to the well-being of the whole. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, highlighted this idea by stating, "What is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bee," pointing to the inescapable link between the individual and the collective. In today's world, this philosophy can be observed in various contexts, particularly in movements focused on environmental conservation and sustainability. For example, an environmental activist may work tirelessly to protect a local forest, recognizing that the health of this natural ecosystem is directly connected to the well-being of the human community. The forest provides clean air, water, and biodiversity that are essential for life, not just for the immediate vicinity, but for generations to come. By preserving the forest, the activist is not only protecting the habitat of various species, but also ensuring a healthier environment for future human inhabitants, thereby understanding that the preservation of nature is an integral part of human flourishing. Such awareness of our role within a larger system can transform our approach to daily life and decision-making. It fosters a sense of collective responsibility and purpose, encouraging individuals to act not only in their own self-interest, but in a manner that benefits the greater good. When we realize that our actions ripple out and affect the broader world, we become more mindful of how we treat both people and the planet. This broader perspective fosters empathy and cooperation, which are essential in building sustainable, thriving communities. Understanding our place in the cosmos is not just a philosophical exercise, but a call to action. By acknowledging the interdependence of all things, we can cultivate a more harmonious relationship with our environment, society, and the universe itself. This mindset encourages us to contribute to the greater whole, bringing meaning and purpose to our lives. 13. Arete, striving for excellence. Arete, derived from ancient Greek philosophy, represents the pursuit of excellence in both character and action. It embodies the idea of striving to fulfill one's potential and living in accordance with one's highest virtues. The concept is not just about external achievements, but about cultivating an inner sense of purpose and integrity. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasizes that true excellence begins with self-awareness and a clear sense of what one aspires to be. His teaching, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do," encourages individuals to set a firm internal standard of excellence and then take the necessary actions to fulfill that vision. This pursuit is not about external recognition or rewards, but about the intrinsic value found in the process of becoming one's best self. The musician, for example, who dedicates countless hours to honing her craft, does so not for fame or accolades, but out of a deep, personal commitment to her art. Her focus on continuous improvement, driven by love for her music rather than by the desire for external validation, serves as an inspiring model for others in her community. The excellence she embodies is not only reflected in her performance, but in the consistency, discipline, and passion with which she approaches her practice. Excellence, therefore, is not a singular event, but a continuous journey. It requires an unwavering commitment to personal growth and the alignment of one's actions with core values. It is cultivated through consistent, deliberate effort, where each action taken reflects a deeper sense of purpose. By striving for excellence in all that we do, we enhance not only our own lives, but also the lives of those around us. The pursuit of arete encourages individuals to aim for the highest version of themselves, constantly refining their character and actions to embody the values they hold dear. 14. Duty, living by responsibility. Duty is a fundamental concept in both Stoic philosophy and ethical living. It calls for individuals to live up to their responsibilities, not out of obligation, but because it aligns with a deeper moral understanding of what is right. To fulfill one's duties is to contribute to the well-being of society and the betterment of humanity. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reflects on the importance of aligning one's actions with nature, suggesting that to be human is to understand our roles in the broader context of the world and to act accordingly. Duty extends beyond personal interests and can be seen as a call to serve others, whether through work, community service, or simple acts of kindness. By focusing on what is morally right, rather than what is personally advantageous, individuals create a sense of harmony within themselves and with the world around them. This sense of duty helps transcend selfishness and fosters compassion and empathy, encouraging one to act in the best interests of others, even when there is no immediate reward. A doctor, for instance, who chooses to work in underserved or impoverished areas demonstrates this principle. With the resources and expertise available to her, she commits herself to provide care to those who would otherwise go without. Her choice is motivated not by financial gain, but by an inner calling to fulfill a moral responsibility to help those in need. This selfless dedication has a ripple effect, uplifting entire communities and offering hope and relief where it is most needed. This commitment to duty is not always easy. It often requires sacrifice and personal discomfort. However, by adhering to the belief that we are part of a greater whole and that our actions contribute to the common good, we can find purpose and fulfillment. A life lived with a sense of duty is one where the individual aligns their actions with a higher moral standard, leading to a life that is both virtuous and meaningful. Acting on duty, as Marcus Aurelius suggests, is not just about fulfilling obligations. It is about understanding the role we play in the broader tapestry of life and responding to it with integrity and care. Such an approach cultivates not only personal growth, but also contributes to the flourishing of others, creating a positive impact that extends beyond our own lifetime. 15. Logos, aligning with universal reason. Logos, the concept of universal reason, invites us to recognize that there is a rational order governing everything around us. This understanding suggests that everything, whether apparent as success or failure, unfolds in a way that aligns with a larger, coherent purpose. By acknowledging the inherent logic in all things, we can approach life with greater clarity, letting go of the need to control or resist the inevitable flow of events. Marcus Aurelius reminds us of this in his Meditations, urging us to trust that the course of events is aligned with nature's reasoning. He suggests that by observing the natural unfolding of life, we can see that everything is as it should be, even when it may appear chaotic or unplanned. The key is to cultivate a mindset that aligns with this order, to see beyond superficial setbacks and recognize them as part of a greater, logical unfolding of the universe. Consider the example of a scientist who faces multiple failures in her research. Instead of becoming discouraged, she sees each failure as an integral part of the scientific process. Each mistake offers a valuable lesson. By aligning with the principle of logos, she understands that every experiment, every error, brings her closer to discovery. This rational acceptance of failure as part of progress fosters resilience and innovation, allowing her to make breakthroughs that would otherwise be impossible without embracing the logical, inevitable journey of trial and error. This mindset doesn't only apply to scientific discovery, but to all areas of life. By trusting in the rational flow of events, we develop patience and resilience. Life's challenges, while difficult, become opportunities to align with the natural world and its inherent order, helping us to adapt and grow. The more we embrace this universal reason, the more we learn to accept what comes our way, knowing it is part of a larger plan that we may not always understand immediately. By doing so, we free ourselves from frustration and instead cultivate a deeper sense of peace and purpose. Stoicism is far more than just ancient wisdom. It is a practical toolkit for living a resilient and meaningful life. By embracing core principles like Ataraxia, Amor Fati, and memento mori, you can face life's inevitable obstacles with grace, unlock your true potential, and contribute positively to the world around you. As Seneca wisely said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." So, dare to live by these Stoic principles, and you will discover the peace, purpose, and empowerment that lies within you. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Join us on this journey of self-mastery and growth, and together, let's explore more timeless wisdom.